Hi Tauruses, how are you? Happy holidays. Happy New Year. I hope everybody had such a good New Year. Okay, I know these are late. I know I didn't do. I had this video program. Like I had to move the videos from an SD card, upload them to my computer, which took forever, upload them in the video processing system, which took forever, do the edits, that took forever, save it, that took forever, and then you upload to YouTube, that took forever. So I'm now streaming my process. I do have a new webcam, which sucks. I have to get a new one. The audio, it's like $1 webcam from Logitech, and it sucks. It won't focus, and when you do the autofocus, it like constantly goes, right? I mean, are we in teen or are we in teen? I mean, seriously, I've been messing with this webcam all morning. Oh, but the process is now way easier. And much better. So anyway, the good that came out of this is now I just have to get a better camera. So now I can do a lot more videos. So I'm excited. So anyway, regardless of any of that, Tauruses, how are you? Welcome to your 19th annual reading. Okay, if you click on the link below and you want to order a personalized one, keep in mind those are going to be much longer. What I'm showing you here is a shortened version of that. We'll look at each quarter. And it will probably be 20 minutes, but when you order a personalized one, they are 1 hour. And yeah, so that's that. Let's go, Tauruses. Spirit and Universe, what are the messages for Tauruses and teen? What are the messages for Tauruses and teen? Feel free to cross-watch. Watch your rising, your moon. Not resonate for you. Or they resonate for you if this one doesn't. Okay. Ooh. Sun reversed. Tauruses. So, let's look at your through underlying issue. 8 of Cups. Somebody sneaking away in the night. Look at this. Okay. Alright. So, Uranus is now in Aries. Has been. But it's just, Mars is there. And it's just been crazy, right? Energetically, tempers are flaring, right? Inability to control tempers. So I think what this is really saying, Taurus, is there is definitely something in your life right now in the recent past that you're not happy with. You're feeling very, very unsettled about something, whatever that thing is. You're unsettled. Okay? It's not making you feel like you're on top of the world or that it's actually kind of making you feel like you're not able to do it. Like this is a loss of victory, but not like, oh, I lost the race. Oh, sorry, I feel bad. I lost the race. This is the feeling with the sun. Okay, this is why I'm saying this. The sun, the lovers, the confusion, lack of people involved, lack of passion in working, not wanting to make a decision, lack of hope, okay? Like, this is not, oh shit, I lost the race. I didn't come in first. This is, I can't win this one. I'm not gonna win this one. So there's a deeper level feeling there for you of failing on some level, of failing on something, with somebody. So, despite all the effort, despite the continuous communication, the continuous hinting, the continuous point blank saying exactly what's needed, continuous action. Despite that, there is a realization that you can't win this one. You're not gonna win this one. And so it's bothering you this quarter. Because I think as you move through the quarter, Taurus, there's this understanding that becomes more and more pronounced and prevalent in your mind, right? Business, work, friends, family, lovers, it's reversed. That connection, that synchronicity, that vibe, it's not there. Okay? No matter how many people you talk about it with, you can't celebrate it because it's not there. And it's really baffling and befuddling to you. You're confused by it. Because you think there has to be a way, there has to be an answer. I can work my way through this. But you know, that's why this is reversed. You know you can't. This isn't an issue of somebody's fault. This isn't an issue of control. There's no one to blame. It's just not there. You're not gonna win this one. At least not this quarter. Something's off enough that it's just, okay? Alright, I'm gonna leave it at that. Because we're moving on to the second quarter. But leave your notes below and your comments below, Taurus, because I'm curious what this is for you. I can't quite tell if this is a love relationship or a friendship or like an ongoing fight with a parent, right? We're coming off of the holidays, and so there could be a little bit of that energy. Okay. Taurus, you know, and Aries had the same thing where there was all this uneasy, uncertain energy right before their natal return. So keep that in mind. Now here we are in your quarter where there is the natal return, so there tends to be this resurgence of energy. All right. Six of Cups, Ace of Swords, upright, upright, upright. Yes. Okay. Nine of Cups, Six of. Okay, so clearly, Taurus, something was very off before, and you know, instead of fighting through it, I think there was a realization, and then you bounced, or they bounced. They left the situation. And okay, so here we are, and things are looking actually very, very good here in the second quarter, Taurus. Thank goodness, right? Now we have some clarity. Now we have something we can celebrate. Now we have something we can look back on with fondness. This could be laughing at what just happened. Oh, you felt that way? I did too. I couldn't believe it. And maybe you were this realization that things were good and there was just a misunderstanding. Wish is coming true. So here with the Magician, new beginnings, clarity, confidence in thought, confidence in speech, quickness of thought. Right? Realizing that you've kind of been through the ringer and you're kind of tired. Okay, Temperance reverse, so there's some easiness there, but there is the obvious overwhelming ability to control oneself. Now, this could be about somebody else if you're dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Yes. This could be a boss. This could be someone that has a leadership or mentorship role in your life. So again, these don't have to only be about love. Now, here again we have the Two of Cups. So there's this lack of synchronicity, this lack of this common flow of energy. And because of that, there's this awareness, okay, someone's going to have to step in and take control. So you have a king and two queens here. A queen and two kings. So there's fiery energy could be talking about air energy, could be you taking on these. Leadership and clarity, wanting to control the outcome. And it's good that this is here, Taurus, because this Three of Wands reversed does mean that there is something else you can do. There's more you can do. So either stepping it up or being a little more strategic with your approach will work. You will not be sitting there waiting for someone to come along to walk through this life with or go on this journey with. The answers will automatically come because you're putting forth the action. Action begets action. When you start that momentum, it's hard to start. Get things going, but then the energy's flowing and things just like pop, they keep coming towards you. You're reciprocating. There's all this exchange of energy once you get the momentum going. So I think first quarter, Taurus, is you had to realize. Second quarter, you have to do something about it. And then third quarter is, I'm not sure, let's see. Third quarter for Taurus is December. Third quarter for Taurus is what a rough way to start off the new year, but ultimately, again, like I was just saying, that momentum, you're getting it going. And now it's going to be good. Good. So yeah, I think there's this realization that there doesn't have to be a major transformation. There does, however, need to be an equal exchange. Remember when I was talking about the equal exchange of energy? That needs to take place, which means you need to open up a little bit. So I think there was this walking away or shutting down or isolating yourself a little bit in the first quarter. And then second quarter, things are moving, good. And then probably this wanting to retreat, but ultimately not. You feel like you want to, but you're not going to. Okay? You're going to be very open. You're going to be receptive. They will be receptive. You won't feel overburdened. You won't feel like isolating yourself and putting your head down and working. And through that, that's where the evenness and the just the fairness kicks in, right? There won't be anything that needs to be healed. I feel like this is actually a pretty solid relationship that just occurs, right? No one's coming with their emotions, wearing their emotions on their sleeves. There isn't some big recognition of it either. I think it just either there's this coming back together or this allowing everybody to be themselves without trying to control the other person on some weird. I'm saying that because of all these kings that were in the last quarter. Like there's this final acceptance, and then things really become very solidified here with the Hierophant. And no regrets, because you were holding on to your tenets. You were holding on to your convictions. You were being like, no, I'm not going to deal with this lack of connection. I'm moving forward with life. Okay? And then there was this automatic coming back together, and it's almost as if two whole people came together and formed a union as opposed to one person, as opposed to some codependent type of a situation, right? So third quarter oddly evens out and becomes very solid, and I do think it has to do with love, with yourself in the relationship. This kind of melds. Why? Because you're ultimately very ready. You've been getting ready. Okay, fourth quarter, Tauruses. Fourth quarter. Okay, so the fourth quarter is interesting because there is some heated, very passionate, somewhat manipulative assumptions going on. And I think everybody, having just gone through the holiday season, is keenly aware of how those types of situations feel. So coming off the tail end of this holiday season with friends and family and, meshing of very different personalities into one small room, trying to get along, I think here you are again. So look at the Queen of Wands reversed and the Knight of Swords, and again we have this, this fire in this air, this anger, right? This complete lack of warm emotional communication mixed with possibly some assumption, and I'm saying assumption because this means wait. Don't jump to conclusions, but there's this kind of, I feel like this assumption that this is bad. This person's bad. They're treating me badly. They're being controlling. They're being deceitful. They're lying, right? They be being like this. But remember, it's not over. So I'm sensing that there's this rash, and I say like bull in a china shop, Taurus, because you know how you are when you get really pissed or aggravated and then you're just done, right? So there's this huge jump to conclusion. But look, he gets up and he walks away from this. So you're like, I'm officially done. Okay, but I think that's the wrong approach. Here you are needing to get out of the situation. Now, getting out of the mindset, yes. All right? Knowing that you have options, good. Right? You don't ever have to be locked into one thing. But I'm sensing this complete lack of getting the clarity that's needed. There's massive assumptions being taken place, so be very careful, Taurus, because that's, I think, what this Hangman is, and this Ace of Cups, and this needing to make a decision but not wanting to, because I think deep down you know that this is actually a solid partnership or a solid person. You're just flying off the rails because you're ticked at something. This ultimately could be the way you're acting. Instead, right, cutting off communication, I'm pissed, I'm in control, I'm not even going to deal with us. I'm just going to cut this off. I'm done, right? No, you're not done, so don't say you are. Chill out, okay? There is some need for some clarity, and it will come through, but you've got to be calm. You can't force these things, all right? So fourth order is going to be very interesting for you, Taurus. And I think what you're really going to need to do is figure out a way to really try not to jump to conclusions, because I think there's a big conclusion you're jumping to, and it's wrong. This says it's wrong. This says it's wrong. Okay? Alright. If you want a personal reading, links below. If not, I will see you I'm so glad to be back. I love you, Tauruses. I love you, love you, love you. And I will see you shortly. Alright. Bye.